So I've been thinking about the connection between a music practice and developing our intuition. And if we play with the word intuition and we turn it into in-tune-ition, there's a very clear indicator between becoming more in tune with ourselves and trusting our inner knowledge, which I think is what intuition actually is. And intuition can be hard to tune into if we're out of tune with ourselves. So, how does a music practice help us with that? One of the first concepts of yoga is that we're bringing our senses inward. We're directing our senses in an inward direction. Same thing with meditation. So when we frame music as a meditation practice, as a mindfulness practice, what are we doing? Well, we're bringing our senses inward. And how are we doing that? Well, we're doing that with sound. When we listen deeply, when we really listen deeply, we become one with the sound. The sound brings us into an inner space. I find personally closing my eyes helps. It helps because there's so much visual distraction in the world that by closing my eyes, I can better stay attuned to the sound coming in. Also, connecting in with our presence in our body. When we're present in our body, we are directing our sense awarenesses into an inner feeling and inner sensing that is also a little less grasped by the external world. So a big key here is that we're using music to bring ourselves into a deeper inner space. And I find in that inner space, my intuition speaks. And intuition itself can be a hard word to define. It's kind of one of those things that we know it when we feel it. And I think for a lot of people, including myself, one of the practices of life, one of the learnings of life is how to know what's intuition and what's mind chatter. I find that when music begins to speak to me, when I'm playing, music is speaking. I'm playing a note and I'm hearing another note, I'm receiving another note, perhaps this one. So I heard that in my head before I played it, and then no, I'm hearing that in my head before I play it. So, in a sense, there's a musical intuition, a relationship that's being developed between the note I'm playing and the note I'm receiving next. And learning how to trust that, I find yields beautiful music. So, in essence, by tuning inwards, by receiving a note and knowing how to play it, knowing where to play it, there's a present moment feedback of confirmation that yes, this is the right note, this is your right note. And the beautiful thing about music is it's really up to you to feel into and decide what is the right note for you. And that itself is a wonderful practice of development. As we're developing as musicians, as artists, ultimately what we're looking to do is find the notes that are true to us.